Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen. My daughter and I were just enjoying some almond butter snickerdoodles and a cup of her caramel tea that she has been making. And we are working on getting videos together for that as well. So you're going to want to make sure that you continue to tune in and also hit those like and subscribe buttons on YouTube and stay abreast of things that we are making. So we did think that now was a good time to show you how to make some almond butter snickerdoodles. And actually these particular snickerdoodles do not use any flour. So we just got done making a batch of almond butter, and my recipe for the almond butter actually calls for 5 cups of almonds. So I have a little bit extra almond butter in here and just taking out a couple of cups because it gets concentrated when it gets blended together. So all I want in here is 2 cups of almond butter. Now you could use or create these particular cookies without making almond butter if you so desire. But I do always believe that fresher is better. So taking out a couple cups there, and then that's going to leave us with 2 cups of almond butter inside of our food processor. And then it's just a matter of adding in some ingredients. So I'm going to add in a half a cup of packed brown sugar. There we go. And a half a cup of dates. When you do the dates, make sure that you have the tops removed and the seeds removed. So if your food processor starts dancing as it's blending, you will know that you probably have a date seed in there. I had one of those the other day and had to stop the food processor, take everything out, get the seed off of the blade, and then start all over. Then I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons of oil. So you can adjust this as you want, 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil. But adding this will help get things blended together. And if so desired, you can stop at this point and blend it and then add the other ingredients. I'm also going to just add the eggs. I'm adding a lot of the liquid stuff right now. Throw this off to the side and enjoy it later. I'm going to blend this up and then we'll add some more ingredients. The dates in here are going to want to make this thing move a little bit too, so it might not be a bad idea to hold down on your container as you create this. You're going to notice it falling up here. And there we are. I grab my spatula out of the almond butter, and we can take a little bit of this out. And there you have it. Our cookie is coming together pretty nicely. I'm going to add in a couple more ingredients. I'm going to do a half a tablespoon of baking soda. This will help the cookies to plump up a little bit. So will the egg. And then a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. might want to make sure that you're using vanilla and not almond extract. Just realize that. So these are going to be very almondy. Whoops. The containers look exactly the same. So oh, how about a teaspoon of some cinnamon? Would you run over and grab me some vanilla really quick, please? So we're going to stir this up, but I do want to add in the vanilla. You're just going to have a little bit more of an almond flavor. That's okay. Should still taste just fine. We might compensate by adding a little bit extra vanilla to this, but our dough is coming together very nicely now. So we're going to be able to start forming some cookies. For your information, I am going to be doing a live video on almond milk. That's going to be on September 17th, this coming Friday, okay? And that's going to be at noon Central. You can also pick up a copy of my recipes. They're free on MatthewYarnell.com. 10 of them anyway. And she just got back with the vanilla, which is wonderful. And they're bringing it over. So we're going to add some vanilla to this. Thank you, hon. So half a teaspoon of vanilla. With that extra almond in there, I am actually going to take this up a little bit. Probably more like 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla. And even without the almond in here, if you want to add more vanilla flavor, you can do that. We'll mix that in, and then we'll start forming our cookies. This is a little bit older machine. If I let this go, you're going to see it start dancing a little bit, start moving. So I just like to hold it down. Once my table isn't as firm as a kitchen counter might otherwise be. But I think that looks very, very nice. There's our cookie. Now I'm just going to grab a couple of things. I have a parchment-lined baking sheet. I've got some cinnamon and sugar mixture here. This is about 1/3 of a cup of sugar and about 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon. This is an optional item, but there are some people in my household who really like the extra cinnamon and sugar on the Snickerdoodles. And that usually is something that you can do with Snickerdoodles, is adding a little bit of that cinnamon and sugar flavor on the topping. So, I am just going to form tablespoon-sized balls here with this dough in my hand, and then you can easily just flatten that out a little bit, and we're just going to put it right onto our baking sheet. We're going to repeat that process. This particular recipe makes about 28 cookies, There you go. And you want to cook them in your oven at about 350 degrees for 10 to 11 minutes or so. I'm going to roll this in the cinnamon sugar here and then form it. I have this water here to wash off my hands, but it goes pretty quick. So total cooking time is about 30 minutes. So there we go. And that's about it. We're going to continue, oops, that's a teaspoon. We're going to continue to ladle these out and form these. Roll them in your sugar cinnamon mixture. Spread some of the cinnamon sugar on your table if you so desire. Or not. Space them on your cookie sheet about 1.5 inches to 2 inches apart. And within about 10 minutes at 350, you'll be enjoying some delicious almond butter snickerdoodles. So thank you for coming and watching this video. Again, please hit those like and subscribe buttons and help us out here on my kitchen. And I'll be seeing you again real soon. Bye-bye.